What is up, guys? I wanted to make another video about not about Dislike this time, but I've been seeing stuff. If you haven't heard, Multiversus is going to get shut down for a little bit. I believe like June 26th, I think is the date. They were talking about taking it offline, and then it's going to come back sometime in 2024 for its official release. And the main thing I wanted to talk about is just the amount of people I've been seeing that, just quite frankly, you're just blind. Like, let's just keep it book. Everyone's like, oh, like, I can't believe, like, it's an open beta, like, oh, they have me this paid for content, blah, blah, blah. Dude, if you look at it now, I'll display it on the screen now. One of the very first official gameplay trailers, they literally say at the end, July 26th, which is when it became like officially playable, that the open beta is going to start. And every time you load into the game, it says open beta. Now, I get, if people are mad about it going offline for some months, that I understand. I mean, they said you'll still be able to play locally. So, if people still want to run tournaments, and things like that, they'll be able to do so. But I get that, that people feel like they invested quite a bit, so they want to be able to play it all the time. I get it. But, I mean, it's not like the game is going anywhere. I mean, it's going to come back. So I honestly, I don't really see what so many people, are super upset about. I mean, to the point where I've seen it like trending on Twitter. People are making all these tweets. People are quick to hit up the Twitter fingers, but if we look at the Steam charts, that shit's looking kind of low. I'm gonna be honest. Last time I looked, shit was like 300. 300, huh? For enough for it to be, for all these people to be outraged, to be mad, to hop on the game, and then, that what people say to that would be like, oh well, they haven't released a character in a while, which is true. I think Black Adam maybe was the last. I think it was the last character, and that was a long time ago. That was like November or something of last year. But again, what they were probably doing, surprise, surprise, getting ready to add shit and to tell people that they were going to close it for a little bit of time. I mean, I'm sure they saw all the complaints. I mean, why not just take it offline for a bit so you don't have to worry about all these people making, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't want to deal with this, blah, blah, blah. When you can just take it offline, fix everything, make the net code, improvements that they were talking about, potentially the balance changes, et cetera, all the changes they want to make, and you don't have to worry about bouncing back and forth between all these people making all these complaints, here and there, and whatever else people decide to, complain about, right? But yeah, like I said, I get the anger. I just feel like maybe the loud few, I hope they don't, get like deterred, player first games, I hope they don't get deterred by all these people screaming about it, because I'll be honest, I haven't really played it much myself since Black Adam came out. I played it quite a bit when he came out because I liked him, he was fun, but I haven't played it much since then. And I mean, and then before he was, oh well, that means that you didn't pay. No, my guy, I got the Founders Edition, the $100, everything edition. I bought that, and I'm not tripping. It's not a big deal, man. Especially, they said they're coming back. I mean, they would have to, right? Because, like you said, people had already, like people have been saying that people put their, they've already paid for battle passes and, Founders Editions or whatever. They would get sued immediately if they didn't come back, because then essentially, oh, we're just gonna shut the game down and then, not refund anybody. It was open beta. Come on, bro. People got to think with at least 2 more brain cells. Like, it's gonna be fine. If anything, I see this as a plus, because then they can just come back with stuff being better, and then they can consistently, release changes. Because if they do a bunch of stuff, at once, then when it, officially releases, then who knows, maybe we'll get 3-4 characters, at the same time, something like that, which is what people, have been complaining about. Or maybe we'll get a bunch of new stages, at once, things like that. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about the nonsense that I've been seeing, because people have definitely been crying and complaining about it online, and it's not that serious, man. Like, I get people like, oh, you know, you see all them videos from like Maximilian, and where, oh, what happened to Multiversus? Oh, it's dead now, blah blah blah, where did it crash and burn, blah blah. Man, look, all those people, if you look at like I'll try and pull it up now when I edit this, I believe there was a lot of people playing Multiverse, at least, and that's only on Steam, right? We can't even see, you know, how many people are playing on like consoles and stuff, you know, since it was on everything. But the all-time peak was pretty high, if I remember right, for like a fighting game, you know, slash like platform fighter, right? So I think, honestly, I don't see any reason why it couldn't, you know, go back up, you know, when the game officially releases. I don't think it'll probably reach the peak, because, you know, like, unless they seriously change some gameplay stuff, which I don't think they will, considering I think their main like marketing point was to kind of market around 2v2, which I know people don't really be fucking with, which sucks, because it really is fun, honestly. A lot of the like support type characters are really kind of like based off of, you know, you having like somebody else there. So I think it was a really interesting take for them to try and do that. And I actually kind of like the perks too, like to add different effects and stuff to your abilities. I know people are talking about, oh, pay to win, but in tournament they let you use all of them, so you just got to know your build basically. But yeah, and I remember too, for Evo, I think, what was the prize pool for that? It was like 100k or something, which is nuts. I mean, for any like platform fighter like that. I feel like Brawlhalla's was pretty high though. Brawlhalla's was like, it might have been, I swear it was like 1 million at some point, because like there's some fiends for that game. But other than that, like a big, you know, like free-to-play platform fighter, we're looking at you, Smash Brothers, like, it was, people just don't, the companies don't be like supporting it, like competitive wise. So it was cool to like see a tournament, you know, for a game like this, and the company like actually want to make it, you know, like super competitive, you know, at least the recent one, right? Because like I said, obviously Brawlhalla, Rivals of Aether, you know, things like that. People are definitely, you know, the community is definitely there for it, and the developers are definitely there to make it competitive. But yeah, especially to see like a game with this, you know, big a name, or big of names in it, you know, do something like that. I think that was cool. But yeah, man, that's really all I wanted to talk about. This kind of little quick video. Probably go back to the regularly scheduled dislike content, at least for now. But yeah, I was sick of seeing so much nonsense, and I just had to say something about it. So thank you all for watching. I'll link my Twitch down below. Hopefully you can catch me on that one of these days coming up. But that's all. See you guys later.